Hey there, guys. John here. My voice is my voice is a little bit damaged. I was at a U2 concert last night, had a blast. But just on this Sunday morning, I wanted to talk to you guys about something I've been mentioning I was going to do for the last couple of weeks, and that is this. Now, some of you remember, for the last couple of years, I've been using this app called Share the Meal. It's a very, very simple thing. It was set up by the United Nations to help the United Nations food drive. And the way it works is pretty simple. And this is how it's worked for me. Whenever I go to a restaurant and spend like money on myself on food, it's a reminder to me to take my app, and you can see it's right there. It's called Share the Meal. It's a little blue icon with a bowl on it. And you click Share the Meal and it opens up and it shows you where the United Nations is trying to really prevent a crisis with food. And right now it's in Yemen. And they're trying to feed children in Yemen. So it's a super simple thing to do. Once you set it up, you put in your credit card information, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So once you've done all that, all I have to do is I open up the app and there's a big yellow button. I know I don't have the best cameras here right now for this, but it says Share the Meal, the yellow button, and you click Share the Meal. And then it brings up an option for you to decide what do you want to give. Now, the options are right here at the top, and it starts for as simple as donate 50 cents. 50 cents feeds one child for one day. Then it goes over to 1 week, which is $3.50. Now, that's the one I usually use personally, whatever, because, it's just simple. But it feeds one child for an entire week. Then you can go up to $15, which feeds one child for a month. And then you can go over to feed a child for 3 months. That pays $45. And then there's an option for 1 year, feed a child for a year for $182. But if you want to make it as a minimum footprint on you, and it's less than the tip. If you go out to eat, like $3.50 to feed a child for a week is less than the tip you're going to leave at the restaurant. And so there's no hoops to jump through. It's not confusing. It's not irritating. It's not hard to forget. You just keep this app on your phone. And when you eat, you just go, just hit Share the Meal. And that's it. And then it automatically donates 50 cents, $3.50, $15, whatever it is that you set it for. So maybe you don't feel like you're doing much. But remember, like donating $3.50, that's going to feed a kid for a week. That's doing something. That's actually doing something. And I've always felt that we as film fans in a film fan community can use our collective power, if you will, to really make a difference in the world for somebody. And by just donating 50 cents to feed a kid for a day, you're changing the world for somebody. By donating $3.50, you're changing the world for somebody. And if enough of us do it together, we can change a lot of lives and the worlds that they live in for the better, and without even having to do much. So here's an interesting thing. This is what I've been talking about. So this app I've been using, Share the Meal, they've now added a team feature. And so when you go into to make your donation, select your option. There's an option down here. Like I said, you can't see it on my phone because my phone is too bright right now. Let me see what happens if I lower the brightness on this. So there you can see now. One of the options right there in the middle is search for or create a team. I've created a team called #Collider Video. That's our team. And so what I want to encourage everybody to do is install the app Share the Meal. Because I know a lot of people out there want to do charity stuff. They want to do things that will help other people. They want to give of themselves. But for a lot of people, it's tough, finding time to doing something relevant, or remembering to do something relevant, or having a lot of money to do something relevant. Something like this is so inexpensive and so cheap and so easy to remember that it takes the hassle out of it. You can do something good for somebody's world without the hassle. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. And I think it'll be really cool if a lot of us get on Team Collider. I mean, nobody gets anything for this. I mean, it doesn't matter. But if we want to organize and be a part of something, I'm asking everybody who either follows my personal channel or anybody who follows Collider Video, or anybody out there who's just a film fan, to join us. Install Share the Meal. That's as simple as you can just hop on your app store, whether it's Apple or Android or even Windows app stores. Just search for Share the Meal, install the app, join Team Collider. You just have to join it once. and just then donate whenever you go out to eat. So, you know, if you go to Chili's and you're dropping $30 on a dinner bill, just share 50 cents. If you're going out to McDonald's, you spend $8 there, just share 50 cents. Or if you really feel generous, share $3.50. It adds up. And I think we collectively can do a lot to change the lives of somebody. You know, as people in the film fan community and as somebody who works in the film fan community, you know, a lot of the things we do, we sit around, we watch and talk about movies and we bitch and complain and this is terrible and that's terrible. But that's in the frame of the movies. In real life, there are people who face things that are actually terrible. And I'm not talking about having to sit down and watch Chips again. That's first world problems, dude. I'm talking about real world problems. But we, as people who love to live and talk about first world problem stuff, whether we like movies or not, we can actually do something really collectively good. And I want to encourage anybody to, and if you don't want to join Team Collider, that's fine. Install, share the app and do it on your own too. And that's cool too. Or start your own teams. It's just really amazing to me that there are now tools becoming available to folks like us that we can make a difference in somebody's world without you know, a lot of the hassle. So I really want to encourage everybody to do that. We can do something really good for people without having to do much at all. Please join me in that, and I would be really, really grateful. And when you do, hey, tweet me or text me, tweet me or Facebook message me, whatever, some screenshots of you using Share the Message. That would be incredibly encouraging. And let's actually stop being a bunch of trolls. I'll include myself in that. Let's stop being a bunch of trolls for one day. Let's stop talking about whether Marvel or DC is better than the other. Let's stop talking about, you know, whatever it is Star Trek better than Star Wars or vice versa? Is the new Star Wars any good? Whatever. Let's stop just for a second and actually feed a kid. I think that'd be really cool. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for putting up with me and listening to me blabber on about this. Yeah, let's do something good.